everyone, welcome to Pep Coding. So the question which we are going to solve today is called print maze paths. First let us understand the question and then we'll head over to the solution. So today we have been given an array, and for the array the number of rows as well as the number of columns will be given to us by the user. So let's suppose that the number of rows and the number of columns which we have received today is 3. So value of n is 3 and value of m is also 3. So we have gotten an array. Now, in this array, I have been told that I am standing at the initial position, that is this position, which is my top left position. And I have to reach the end, that is the bottom right position of the array. And I am only allowed to take 2 steps in 2 directions, either in horizontal or in vertical direction, and only 1 step at a time. So from here, I have to reach the end, and I can either go like this or like this. So let's see what we can do with this. If I go from here, I can take one path to be H, H, V, V. That is horizontal, horizontal, vertical and vertical. One could be horizontal, vertical, horizontal, vertical. One could be V, V, H and H. One could be H, V, B and H. One could be V, H, H and B. And so on. We have many different ways to go for this array, right? So we have been given the question to tell the user in how many ways can I reach the end, that is the bottom right corner of an array, when we start from the top left corner of the array. So let us see how we can solve this. So I am starting from the initial position. Let me take this as 1, 1. So I have started from 1, 1 and my path was empty. And I am taking number of rows to be 3 and number of columns to be 3 as well in this case. So I can either go horizontally or vertically, right? So if I go horizontally, the column will change, right? So here I reach 1, 2 and the path becomes H. If I go vertically, the row will change. So here I got 2, 1 and path became V. Again, from this point also, I can go for horizontal and vertical, horizontal, vertical. From here, if I go horizontal, I'll reach 1, 3 and now path will be updated and it becomes H, H, right? Here, if I go vertical, it becomes 2, 2 and it becomes HV. For 2, 1, if I go horizontal, I get 2, 2 and the path becomes VH. If I go vertical, 3, 1, path becomes VV. From here, I can go horizontal or vertical. Now see, if I go horizontal from this point, it becomes 1, 4 and path becomes HHH. But I could only take 3 rows and 3 columns, which means that if I reach 4, I have exceeded my array and I have exited the array, right? So this is not the right case. So we have to terminate over here. Okay. After that, if I take for vertical, it becomes 2, 3 and path will become HHV. From this point, I can go horizontal or vertical. We'll reach 2, 3 HVH. From this point, I could go vertical. We'll reach 3, 2 and we'll reach HVV, right? Again, from here, I could take horizontal, vertical. If I go horizontal from this point, I'll reach 2, 3 and VHH. If I go vertical, I'll reach 3, 2 and VH. H, V. From 3, 1, I could go horizontal, I could go vertical. If I go horizontal from this point, I'll reach 3, 2 and here it will be VVH. But if I go vertical from this point, now it will become 4, 1 and I'll get VVV. Again, I have exited the matrix, so I will terminate over here. Now, for this point, I can go horizontal and I can go vertical. So if I go horizontal, I'll now reach 2, 4 and it becomes HHVH, but again we've exited the matrix, so it is the wrong point. Then if I go vertical, it becomes 3, 3 and we get HHVV, and this is the correct answer because we've reached the third row and the third column, so this is right. Now for this point, again if I go horizontal, I'll reach 2, 4 and this is the wrong answer, so we are going to terminate from here. Okay, here if I go vertical, it becomes 3, 3 and the path becomes HV, HV, and now we've gotten the right answer. Okay, from this point, if I go horizontal, I'll reach 3, 3 and the path becomes HVVH, and again we've gotten the right answer. And if I go vertical, this becomes 4, 2 and the answer becomes wrong. So we will terminate. Similarly, for this point, I cannot go horizontal, I can only go vertical. So I'm going vertical, I'll reach 3, 3 and path becomes VHHV and this will be the right answer. From here, I can go horizontal, I'll get 3, 3, path becomes VHVH and we get the right answer, and we cannot go for vertical, right? So vertical over here will give us the wrong answer. Similarly over here, horizontal will give us the wrong answer. Lastly, when I reach here, if I take horizontal, I'll take 3, 3 VVHH, and for vertical, I'll reach 4, 2 and it will be VVHV. So this is the right answer, and over here we need to terminate. So this is the recursion tree for a 3 by 3 matrix. Now let us try to understand this using code. So we will go to the compiler and now we'll try to code. So over here, first thing which we'll do is take the input. We have a scanner. And we will take the row and the column. Now, I'll call the function, and to the function, I'll pass the values according to the arguments. So my source row has to start from 0 and source column is also 0. This destination row will be equal to n-1 and destination column will also be equal to m-1 as we are starting from 0. And the path so far is empty, so we are going to pass empty string. Now, when we were dealing with the solution of the problem, we saw that there were cases where I was exceeding the limit of the array, or I was exiting the array while calling the function. So there can be a case where if I get H, H, V and H, I am exiting. V, H, V and V, I am exiting. So there can be cases when I call the function for horizontal or vertical call, I will exit the array because of implementing or incrementing the row by 1 and incrementing the column by 1. So what I have to do in this case is I have to manage this case while coding, right? So over here, I'll check first that if when I increase the source column by 1, it should be less than or equal to my destination column. Only in that case, I'll call my function and I'll make the horizontal call. Since when I'll increase the columns, I'll get to the horizontal call. So source row remains the same and I'll increase the source column by 1. And destination never changes. To the path, I'll add h because we are going horizontally. Similarly, when I'm making the vertical call, if on incrementing source row, it should be less than or equal to the destination row. In that case only, we'll call the function and increase the source row by 1, and then I'll give the rest of the values. And to the path, I'll add v because we are making the vertical call. Okay, now we have a case where I'll reach the destination row and the destination column. So if source row becomes equal to destination row and source column becomes equal to destination column, in that case, I'll print the path, right? And then I'll return. So we discussed the approach where I handled my cases, the test case where I'll exit the array because of calling horizontally and vertically. Within this, right, I handled this case while calling the function. So this is known as smart call. Another approach which could have been taken was to simply make a call, a normal call, and I would have created a base case to check whether I have exceeded the array through the column and the row or not, right? And if I had exceeded them, I'd simply return. So you can take any approach out of these two. What's more important is to understand what the question wants us to do. So now let us try to implement it. Over here, we have the right answer and we are trying to submit it now. So this is the correct answer. So we discussed the question print maze paths and I hope you understood it. I hope this video was helpful. So thank you for watching. Please like, share and subscribe to the channel.